Hello, second grade scientists, and welcome back for another science lesson about water on our Earth. Today, we're going to do a Google Earth virtual field trip. Google Earth is an awesome application you can run on your computer at home. It works by using images from satellite cameras that orbit Earth, planes that fly above our Earth, and even cars that drive around the Earth, taking photographs. Then engineers at Google's put the images together so that we can fly around the planet and see what different places actually look like. Today, we are going to explore different bodies of water on our planet. Grab your worksheet called Google Earth Virtual Field Trip and let's get going. First, we're going to look at the oceans. As we fly around our planet and check out these different oceans, check them off on your worksheet. Then at the end, we'll talk about our definition. Let's get going. First up, the Atlantic Ocean. Here it is. It's this whole area right here. All of this. You can see North Atlantic Ocean. There's the Northern America. Then we've got the Southern Atlantic Ocean. That's South America and Africa. It is a massive body of water, the second largest on our planet. All right, let's see what's next on our list. We're going to fly north and head to the top of our planet to check out the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean on our planet, and it includes all of the water at the top, right up here in the north. All of this is our Arctic Ocean. All right, next up on our list, the Indian Ocean. We're going to go zooming around our planet, away from the top part of our planet, all the way, it looks almost to the other side. And as I zoom in, we can see the Indian Ocean. It's right down here. Oh, there it says it, Indian Ocean. It's just south of India and Sri Lanka, to the east of Madagascar and Africa. Another massive body of water down here on towards the southern part of our planet. We have a couple more oceans to visit. Let's see what's next. The Southern Ocean. The Southern Ocean, zoomed in all the way for us. Let's zoom it back out. The Southern Ocean, also known as the Antarctic Ocean, is the southernmost ocean on our planet. We're looking at that south polar ice cap right down at the bottom. And all of this water surrounding the south polar ice cap is part of the Southern Ocean. We have one more ocean to visit. After our first few oceans, the Atlantic, the Arctic, which is all the waters at the north of our planet, the Indian, the Southern, and that just leaves, maybe you already know, the Pacific Ocean. Let's see if our Google Earth can get us back around to the Pacific Ocean. We're very zoomed out. Let's get in a little closer. Look at this. Look how much of our planet right now is blue. Yes, the Pacific Ocean. It is the largest ocean on our planet. And from this angle, it's almost all we can see, the ocean. The oceans are massive bodies of water, and they are super deep. Now, there are two types of water on our planet, freshwater and saltwater. What kind of water do we find in our oceans? Oh, I hope you said saltwater. If you did, good job. All right, we visited all of our oceans, the Atlantic, Pacific, Arctic, also known as the Southern Ocean, Indian, and, Arctic is the Northern and Southern Oceans. What is your definition of an ocean? Pause the video and come up with a definition. What did we talk about? Are oceans big or small? Deep or shallow? Freshwater or saltwater? Go ahead and pause, and when you're ready, hit play. Great job coming up with your own definition for ocean. Next up, we're going to look at a couple of seas that we can find on our planet. We're going to look at the Caribbean Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. Let's take a look. First up is the Caribbean Sea. Maybe you've been to the Caribbean. The Caribbean is located just north of South America, to the east of Central America, and to the south of North America. The sea is a little bit smaller. It takes up this place here, surrounded by land on most sides, and it connects out to the ocean. It connects out actually to the Atlantic Ocean. So the Caribbean Sea is also saltwater. It gets its salt water from the Atlantic Ocean, but it is smaller than the Atlantic Ocean and surrounded by some land. Let's check out the Mediterranean Sea. It's also connected to the Atlantic Ocean, but it's over here, south of Europe and north of Africa. It's the Mediterranean Sea right here, and it does connect to the Atlantic Ocean just out this way. It's almost completely surrounded by land. Like I said, Europe to the north and Africa to the south. So we looked at two seas, and they have some things in common. Maybe we can use those things in common to help us come up with a definition. What do you think? They're connected to oceans, so we know they're saltwater. Are they as big as oceans? It didn't look like it. Did they have land around them? They did seem to have land around them. Maybe that'd be good to put in our definition. Let's keep exploring. Next up, we have lakes, and we're going to visit two lakes. Let's check out our first lake. It's Lake Superior, one of the Great Lakes here in the United States. There it is. Lake Superior is the largest of the Great Lakes of North America. And I don't know if you can tell, but this white line right here that cuts right through the middle of Lake Superior actually divides North America from between the United States and Canada. So half the lake is in the United States and half the lake is in Canada. What do we notice about our lake? It is completely surrounded by land. It is not connected to any other bodies of water. And did you know that most lakes are freshwater? That's pretty cool. Let's go check out our other lake. We're heading across the planet over to Africa to Lake Victoria. Just like Lake Superior, Lake Victoria is in a couple of different countries as well. It's partly in Uganda, partly in, I can't see the country to the south. And I believe this is Kenya on this side. So it's actually split between three countries. And just like Lake Superior, it is completely surrounded by land, and it too is a freshwater lake. All right, we've checked out our lakes. We know that most lakes, because I've told you, are freshwater. And we noticed that no matter what kind of lake we were looking at, it was always surrounded by land. So let's head back to our worksheet and fill out a definition for lakes. Take a moment, pause the video if you need it. What is a lake? Great job. Now we're going to check out a couple of rivers. We're going to look at the Nile River in Egypt near Cairo and the Yangtze River near Wuhan in China. Let's head to the Nile River. We're in the right country, or the right continent, but we have to head north up towards Cairo and find the Nile River. Cairo is one of the biggest cities in Egypt, and if you're a fan of ancient Egypt, you probably know about Cairo. This blue portion right here is the Nile River. It runs right through the city of Cairo. What do you notice about the river that's different than the other bodies of water? Our other bodies of water were bigger, wider, more spread out. This narrow is so skinny it almost looks like a road. Let's go check out our other river, all the way across the world in China. Here we go, flying away from the Nile, across Asia, over to the Yangtze River is a huge river in China. It is the longest river in Asia and the third longest river in the world. We can see it traced along here. It goes down this way. It comes back up this way. All of this is the Yangtze River. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Near the big province of Wuhan. Look at it bend and twist all along the country. It almost looks like a road taking all sorts of twists and turns. Let's head back to our worksheet and come up with a good definition for a river. They're different than oceans and lakes and seas, that they're not so big and wide. Rivers are more narrow. They tend to move and flow. If you need a moment, pause the video and come up with a definition. Then when you're ready, hit play. Now that we've got a definition for river, let's keep exploring. Next up, canals. Maybe you can see this little video here and take a guess of what a canal is. Today we're going to visit two canals. Let's start off with the Panama Canal. Flying out of China, over the Pacific Ocean, to Central America and the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal is an artificial waterway. That means it was man-made, and it connects the Pacific Ocean on this side of Central America to the Atlantic Ocean on the other side of Central America through the Caribbean Sea. So the Panama Canal is a man-made waterway to connect two bodies of water. Let's check out our other canal. We're going to head across the Atlantic Ocean over towards Egypt and check out the Suez Canal. It too is an artificial or man-made waterway to connect two seas. It connects the Mediterranean Sea in the north to the Red Sea in the south. So we've seen two different canals, and we've learned that they are both man-made, artificial waterways, and they connect two bodies of water. So let's head back to our worksheet and take a moment to write our own definition of what a canal is. Use this little video if it helps you remember what a canal is. Pause this video if you need a moment, and when you're ready, hit play. A few more bodies of water to discover. This one we're going to look at are ponds, and we have two ponds that we're going to check out, both in the United States. First up is Walden Pond in Massachusetts. So we're going to fly out of Egypt and Africa all the way over to Massachusetts and check out Walden Pond. Now, Walden Pond is a famous location if you are a fan of poetry. You can ask your parents about it. Maybe they know something about Walden Pond. It is found in Concord, Massachusetts. And let's see, what do you notice about this pond? Well, we're zoomed in pretty close. It is a small body of water. It is completely surrounded by land. And one thing you might know about ponds, or maybe you don't know, is that they tend to not move. They're so small that they don't really move very much. So they are still bodies of small water. All right, let's see if we can check out our other pond. We're heading across the country, coming over to our state of California to check out Antonelli Pond. Ooh, wow, we had to zoom in a lot because Antonelli Pond looks pretty small. It is found in Santa Cruz, and it's actually a man-made pond. I believe it's on the campus of UC Santa Cruz, or at least it's very well close to it, the UC Santa Cruz admin building. So Antonelli Pond is an even smaller body of water, and it too is man-made. All right, now that we've visited our two ponds, take a moment and how would you define a pond? We know they're pretty small. They're definitely surrounded by land. And do they have much of a current? Do they move? Didn't look like it. All right, if you need another moment, pause the video. Otherwise, we're going to continue on and check out our last body of water. We're going to check out glaciers. And we have two glaciers to check out today. Let's fly across our planet to check out the Pine Island Glacier. Pine Island Glacier is located in the Antarctic. And I'm going to definitely have to zoom out for this one because it's hard to see. Oops, my Google Earth needs just a moment to load it up. Maybe if I zoom out a bit more, it'll help it. Oh, we were super duper zoomed in. Let's zoom out a little bit more. There we go. That looks a little bit better. There we are. The Antarctic. We are all the way on our southern South polar ice cap. We're near our southern ocean. And then if we zoom in, it's a large amount of ice that is moving and melting in Antarctica. It's hard to see as I zoom in, but you can see all of this is ice. Remember all that white? And it is flowing out into the Southern Ocean. Maybe if we go check out the Bering Glacier, it'll be a little easier to see. We're going to go head north in the Pacific Ocean up to Alaska, where we can check out the Bering Glacier. And this one zooms in a lot too. Let me zoom it back out. It'll be easier to see from a little farther out. Ooh, there we go. That's a nice picture. We can see the Bering Glacier. This is the edge of Alaska and the Pacific Ocean. I do believe all of this white is ice, and this glacier is moving out from the mountains here in Alaska out towards the ocean. So it's a very interesting body of water, this glacier. There are these ice sheets that move and melt and head out towards the ocean. So now that we've visited 2 glaciers, can you come up with a definition? This one's a little tricky. And this video right here is a little time lapse of a glacier actually moving and melting and heading from the land out into a lake or the ocean. If you need another moment, check all your definitions, pause your video, and when you're ready, we're going to review all of our definitions. All right, take another moment. Make sure you've got a definition for each of our bodies of water, and then we can check all of them and see if yours are similar to mine. Here we go, bodies of water. Oceans. Remember the Atlantic and the Pacific? They're very large, deep bodies of salt water. Maybe you have something similar. If you're missing anything, add to your definition. Seas. They are also large bodies of salt water, but they are completely or partly surrounded by land, and they're often part of an ocean. Remember the Caribbean was connected and part of the Atlantic Ocean? Lakes are large bodies of usually fresh water that are completely surrounded by land. They tend to be in the middle of land areas, not connected to oceans. Rivers are long, narrow bodies of moving water that flow, and they typically empty out into oceans or lakes. Think of that Nile River cutting through Cairo. It almost looked like a road, it was so narrow. Then we have our canals, which are the artificial or man-made waterways that connect 2 bodies of water. We saw the Panama Canal, which connects the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean through Central America. We had ponds, which are small bodies of still water. The water doesn't flow, it doesn't have a current, it just kind of sits there. And last but not least, we had our glaciers, those thick layers of moving ice. That Bering Glacier is moving the ice from the mountains out to the Pacific Ocean. Ooh, where in the world do you want to visit? Are there other bodies of water that we didn't visit? If you have some time and can check out Google Earth, can you find Manhattan Beach, Robinson Elementary School, and even your house? Now that you've experienced Google Earth, you can visit any place in the world and go on a virtual field trip of your own. If you have more time, check it out. Just visit Google Earth and you can go anywhere in the world. Thanks for flying around the world with me today, second grade scientists, and we'll see you soon.